Welcome back to the Pulse of College Football on Fox College Sports. I'm Yogi Roth, and it was a great weekend in college football. For starters, Wisconsin upset former #1 ranked Ohio State by jumping out to a 21-3 lead as they return the opening kickoff of the game. South Carolina, who only a week earlier beat former #1 Alabama, fell to the hands of Kentucky 31-28 in a huge upset loss. And how about Mississippi State? They beat Florida 10-7 in Gainesville as Dan Mullen, Urban Meyer's former assistant, beats his mentor. A great weekend in college football, and it continued to get more and more exciting. USC and Texas, they stopped two-game losing streaks with huge wins against Cal and Nebraska. And Auburn, they beat Arkansas in a big SEC matchup in a crazy shootout. And we even got our first taste at the BCS rankings. Well, it proved that two things are definitely evident this season. Number one, it's not easy being the top team in America. And number two, well, it might be the most unpredictable season we've seen in the last decade. And this week, the games get even more exciting as Auburn plays LSU in Jordan-Hare Stadium. For Auburn, they've been playing lights out as their quarterback, Cam Newton, has simply been going off week after week after week. And LSU, yes, they are undefeated, but they have not been doing it in a very pretty fashion. It's going to be a great game, and for LSU to win, they need to stop and, well, relatively slow down Cam Newton. On how they do that, we bring in our expert, Shay Dixon from TigerSportDigest.com.
Shay Dixon here with FoxSports.com. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where the big talk of the week is how is LSU going to stop Cam Newton. This morning we had lunch with Les Miles, and the message was 6'6", 250. They haven't faced anyone like that all year. They don't have anybody on the scout team that mobile that can really simulate a quarterback like that. So what you're going to see is more of a group effort.
Thanks, Shay. Another great game is in the Big 12 as Oklahoma State hosts Nebraska. Now, none of us are sure if Oklahoma State is for real, but we are about to find out. Nebraska coming off a big loss to Texas over the weekend, and they are looking to take their aggression out on Mike Gundy's squad. On how Oklahoma State will defend that big-time spread offense in Nebraska and slow down Nebraska in general, we'll bring in our expert, Robert Allen from GoPost.com.
I know in Las Vegas, they've got the Nebraska Cornhuskers and Bo Pelini favored in this game, but trying not to put on my orange cheerleader skirt, even though I do have my orange golf shirt on, I do think the Cowboys really should be favored in this game. You look at Oklahoma State, what they've been able to do this season, I'm going to explain step by step both sides of the ball. I think the Cowboys are the better team as they prepare for Bo Pelini and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Oklahoma State has a lot of confidence. They're unbeaten. They're coming off 2 road wins in a row, and this will be homecoming at Oklahoma State. So the intangibles, the atmosphere, all of that is going to be in favor of the Cowboys come Saturday. Now, as far as Oklahoma State's offense and what they have to do against the Nebraska defense, first, you're going to get to see a premier matchup. Prince Amokamara, the cornerback for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, is going to probably go man-on-man because the Huskers love to play man defense against Justin Blackmon of the Cowboys, who's emerging as one of, if not the very best wide receiver in the country.
Thanks, Robert. Now, people around the country have been talking about, well, can Oregon handle the pressure of being ranked #1? They're also talking about Wisconsin, and can they handle the pressure of playing Iowa coming off that huge win against Ohio State? Well, we're going to find out on Saturday, as Iowa is one of the most physical teams, not just in the Big Ten, but in the entire nation. On how Wisconsin is handling the pressure of knocking off the former #1 team in the Ohio State Buckeyes, we bring in our expert, Ben Wergel, BadgerNation.com.
How do the Badgers keep the momentum after beating the Buckeyes? Simply look at South Carolina. Before the Badgers beat #1 Ohio State 31-18 here at Camp Randall on Saturday, South Carolina, who the week before beat #1 Alabama at home, went on the road and lost to an unranked Kentucky squad. Now, Kentucky and Iowa are much different teams, but the precedent has already been set. Wisconsin head coach Brett Bielema said he might mention it to his players, but prefers to focus on the positives rather than the negative. What Wisconsin does know is that when it goes to number 13 Iowa on Saturday, they will need to play a near-perfect game to beat the Hawkeyes, much like they did on Saturday against the Buckeyes.
Thanks, Ben. Well, the BCS rankings are out. The drama is getting bigger every week, and the excitement around college football is at an all-time high. And we're not even in November. Well, this weekend, I'm going to be in a pretty exciting place as well. Palo Alto as Stanford hosts Washington State. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern on Fox College Sports, and we will be talking about Andrew Luck as he continues his Heisman Trophy campaign. Check it out and keep sending me analysis via Twitter at Yogi Roth. It's been great so far. Funny, hilarious, flat out wrong, you know who you are, but it's been absolutely great. We're going to be here every single week talking ball, so don't miss it as we bring you the pulse of college football on Fox College Sports.